Hello, I'm Robert Girandola, a painter and sculptor working in oil, acrylic, mixed media, and bronze. For over 30 years, my creative journey has been guided by dreams, the superconscious mind, and those quiet moments that spark new ideas. Welcome to the Wellspring, my 4-part series where we dive deep into the heart of some of my works, uncovering the stories, emotions, and histories that breathe life into each piece. If you've joined me for the first 2 episodes, you know we explore not just paint on canvas, but the threads tying art to human experience. Today, in our 3rd installment, we're tackling my most profound work yet, 100 Oxen, Sacred Spring. This painting is a portal into trauma, resilience, ancient mythology, and the raw power of the human mind. Buckle up. This is our longest, most immersive episode yet, diving into style, process, its place in American art history, and the psychological symbolism, linking it to September 11th, 2001. Let's set the stage with the painting. 100 Oxen Sacred Spring is a large-scale oil on 5 cradled birch panels, measuring 34 inches by 70 inches overall. A stampeding herd of cattle fills the frame from edge to edge, thrusting you into their midst. Hooves pounding, bodies surging in a chaotic yet harmonious flow. The colors are visceral. Deep browns and grays for hides, stark whites for highlights catching imagined light, and subtle blues evoking an ethereal, watery depth. It's abstract expressionism with a narrative edge. The cattle aren't static, they're in motion, symbolizing far more than rural life. The original title, Slaughter Run, was a nod to its intense inspiration. Through a thoughtful retitling process, it became 100 Oxen, Sacred Spring. I wanted to capture the full meaning, the transformation, shielding, and finding sacred meaning in chaos. 100 Oxen references the ancient Greek Hecatomb, a sacrificial offering of 100 cattle, while Sacred Spring draws from Homer's Iliad, evoking a wellspring of life amid turmoil. We'll explore that connection soon. To understand this work, we must go to its genesis, a firefighter's story from 9/11. Picture Ground Zero, the World Trade Center towers struck. Chaos and fear abound. Firefighters, drawing on every ounce of training, are saving lives. One firefighter, exhausted from climbing flights of stairs, faces a scene beyond comprehension. An elevator door opens, and the tragic sight of innocent office workers caught in the inferno spills out. In that moment, his mind transforms the fallen into a herd of cows. Not literally, but as a psychological shield against overwhelming horror. This dissociation, a survival tool, deeply moved me. It's not uncommon. Studies show up to 30% of 9/11 first responders developed PTSD. From my personal interaction with them, I know far more have compartmentalized the events that happened that day. For this firefighter, cows, symbols of innocence, abundance, and sacrifice, became a buffer. This psychology is the painting's core. Dissociation lets the brain process trauma by distorting reality, like an abstract expressionist stroke revealing deeper truths. The herd in my painting is a metaphor for collective loss and resilience. Their rush isn't just chaos, It's a sacred spring of souls flowing from tragedy, transformed into something bearable, even beautiful. This mirrors how humans use symbols, cows in biblical sacrifices, American frontier myths, to grapple with mortality. Now, let's bridge this modern trauma to ancient roots. The titles Hundred Oxen and Sacred Spring come from Homer's Iliad, Book 6, where Trojans, desperate to save their city, offer a hecatomb to Athena. Alexander Pope's translation reads, "A noble hecatomb to Pallas bring, 100 oxen from the sacred spring." The sacred spring is a source of purity. The oxen drawn for ritual slaughter are a plea for mercy amid war's chaos. This resonates with 9/11, seen by many as a modern sacrifice, a collective loss reshaping America. My painting reimagines this hecatomb, the cattle rush from an implied spring, like souls from the tower's elevators, a tragic yet sacred flow. It connects the firefighter's psychological shield to timeless myths, showing how animal proxies process grief across cultures. Let's talk process. How this painting came to life. While working on a bronze memorial for 4 firefighters from Engine 6 in New York City, I immersed myself in their stories, like a method actor diving into a character's pain. This firefighter's whispered account, even 20 years later, brings tears to my eyes. To capture his dissociative vision, I blocked out self and technique, channeling a man shielding his humanity from horror. The painting spilled out in hours across 5 cradled birch panels crafted by Lucius Hudson in California. The torsion box construction ensures lightweight strength and a pristine gesso surface. I had Lucius primed directly on the panels, a methodology I've come to appreciate for the control over texture and paint that it provides. Using high pigment oils almost straight from the tube, I used barely any medium. The surface was dry to the touch within days. The color palette is very muted and limited. Browns, grays, whites, blue glimmers for the spring. Charcoal, my favorite medium, dashes violently. My application is so violent at times, I would break the charcoal across the panels, creating jarring marks that halt the eye amid the flow. This intuitive, therapeutic process let forms emerge, mirroring the mind's abstraction and trauma. After weeks of reflection, Slaughter Run became 100 Oxen, Sacred Spring, honoring the story's depth and humanity's resilience through Homeric resonance. Where does this fit in American art history? Abstract expressionism, born post-World War II, was America's first global art movement. Pollock and de Kooning channeled wartime trauma into chaotic abstractions, a visual language for the unspeakable. Cy Twombly's manic, Homeric-inspired works or Picasso's Guernica echo war's horrors. Post-9/11, American art revisited these themes: memory, loss, resilience. The 9/11 memorials reflecting pools like Sacred Springs or indigenous veterans' art post-Iraq, Afghanistan use symbolism to process trauma. 100 Oxen, Sacred Spring joins this lineage, a post-9/11 abstraction using animal symbolism to explore dissociation, contributing to dialogues on national identity after tragedy, from World War II's dread to 9/11's grief. This painting hints at a series, Altar of the Hundred, Flow of the Fallen. It's a wellspring of ideas connecting ancient sacrifice to modern resilience. Hundred Oxen, Sacred Spring is more than cows. It's a meditation on shielding pain, drawing from ancient stories, and finding beauty in the broken. Thank you for joining this deep dive, our longest yet. Please remember to like, subscribe, and comment.